وإذ قتلتم نفسا فادارأتم فيها والله مخرج ما كنتم تكتمون فقلنا اضربوه ببعضها كذلك يحيي الله الموتى ويريكم آياته لعلكم تعقلون ثم قست قلوبكم من بعد ذلك فهي كالحجارة أو أشد قسوة وإن من الحجارة لما يتفجر منه الأنهار وإن منها لما يشقق فيخرج منه الماء وإن منها لما يهبط من خشية الله وما الله بغافل عما تعملون أفتطمعون أن يؤمنوا لكم لقد كان فريق منهم يسمعون كلام الله ثم يحرفونه من بعد ما قالوه وهم يعلمون وإذا لقوا الذين آمنوا قالوا آمنا وإذا خلا بعضهم إلى بعض قالوا وتحدثونهم بما فتح الله عليكم ليحاجوكم به عند ربكم أفلا تعقلون أفلا يعلمون أن الله يعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون ومنهم أميون لا يعلمون الكتاب إلا أماني وإنهم إلا يظنون وويل للذين يكتبون الكتاب بأيديهم ثم يقولون هذا من عند الله ليشتروا به ثمنا قليلا فويل لهم مما كتبت أيديهم وويل لهم مما يكسبون قالوا لن تمسنا النار إلا أياما معدودة قل اتخذتم عند الله عهدا فلن يخلف الله عهده أم تقولون على الله ما لا تعلمون بلى من كسب سيئة وحاتت به خطيئته فأولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون والذين كفروا كذبوا بآياتنا بلى من كسب سيئة وحاتت به خطيئته فأولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون والذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أولئك أصحاب الجنة هم فيها خالدون. Peace and blessings of Allah be on you. I just recited verses 73 to 83 of chapter 2 of the Holy Quran in the English translation. Verse 73. And when you tried to kill a person, but then differed among yourselves. So the word could be translated as when you killed a person, or it could also be translated as when you tried to kill a person. And there are indications that the person referred to here is Jesus Christ, peace be on him. And of course, the address, as in many previous verses, the address is to the children of Israel or the people of Israel. And so God says, and when you tried to kill a person, but then you differed among yourselves about it, because it's historically known that after the crucifixion, when the body of Jesus Christ, peace be on him, was taken away, there was a lot of doubt among the Jews, and there were some among them who were not sure if Jesus had really died, and therefore they also tried to take the body back because they wanted to ensure that he has died, but the body wasn't given back to them. And so the point here is that they differed. They were not completely sure whether their effort of trying to, whether their attempt of trying to kill him had succeeded. And then the next part of the verse is, and Allah would bring to light what you were hiding. Next verse. Then we said, compare this with other, compare this with some other ones. Thus Allah give life to, Allah brings life to the dead ones and shows you his signs so that you may understand. And so the indication here is that Allah actually showed through his signs, and that mention over earlier in the earlier part of the verse, that compare it with some other incidents. And one indication here could be that the condition in which his body was taken off the cross was pointing out that medically he was still alive. And so Allah goes on to say that although they thought that they had killed him, but he was actually alive. And this is the way that Allah brings back to life what people consider as dead. And he shows his signs so that you understand. So let's do the verse again. Then we said, compare this with some other ones. Thus Allah gives life to the dead and shows you his signs so that you may understand. Then your hearts, the next verse, then your hearts became hardened after that. And again, their address is now back to the children of Israel. So after this attempt at crucifixion, Allah is saying, then your hearts became hardened after that, until they were like stones or even harder. For among stones, there are indeed some out of which streams gush forth. And then there are some of the stones out of which flows water when the stones are torn. And indeed, there are some stones that humble themselves for fear of Allah. And so that obviously means here that we are referring to stone-hearted people. So there were some there were some among those who initially tried to crucify Jesus. There were some either among those or in their progeny who do humble themselves for fear of Allah. Okay, and Allah is not unmindful of what you do. Next verse, do you expect that they will believe when a party of them hear the word of Allah and then twist it after they have understood it and they know? Next verse, and when they meet those who believe, they say, we believe. And when they meet one of their own kind in private, they say, do you inform them of what Allah has opened to you or made clear to you, that they may thereby argue with you before your Lord? Will you not understand? Will you not then understand? Next verse, do they not know that Allah knows what they keep secret, and what they reveal. Next verse. Some of them are illiterate. They do not know the book, but they only make false, they only have false notions, and they only conjecture. Next verse. So there is destruction for those who write the book with their own hands and then say, this is from Allah, that they may take a paltry price or a small price. Destruction is for them for what their hands have written and for what small price they have earned. Next verse. And they say, fire shall not touch us except for a fixed number of days. Say, and Allah here is saying to the Holy Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be on him. So Allah says, say, have you taken a promise from Allah? Then Allah, that Allah will never break his promise? Or do you say about Allah things that you don't know? Beware, whoever does evil and is surrounded by his sins. So these are the people who are who will be in the fire, who will be the people of the fire, and in it they shall reside or abide. Next verse. And those who believe and do good works, those are the people of the heaven, and they shall live there or abide there. Allah bless you.